Right, well, how are we doing everybody? My name is Niall Roxburgh, I am the owner of Wolfborough and this is the first ever Wolfborough vlog. So quickly a bit about me and how I got to here. As I said, my name is Niall Roxburgh. I'm originally from Scotland, but when I graduated university I moved to Vancouver, Canada. Now, when I moved out to Vancouver, Canada, I ended up going down the wrong path and ended up becoming an addict. I was addicted to drugs and alcohol and my life was spiralling out of control. Pretty much everything that could go wrong was going wrong, and I lost all the money that I'd made in the stock market. I lost relationships, I was having mental health problems, severe anxiety and depression, and I also had physical ailments and problems with my back and all down my right side that went undiagnosed for years. And eventually in February 2020, before COVID hit, I hit rock bottom and I decided to put my hand up and say I need help. And once I'd done that and got the help that I needed and managed to kind of get myself back on track and out of that lifestyle that I was in, I then came up with the idea for Wolfborough. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this vlog and this series is because I want to document the journey. I've actually been operating for 4 years now, almost 4 years. I started back in 2020. We are a brand in the health and wellness space, and I'll get into a bit more about what we do later. But the whole idea behind this vlog is to give you real insights into what it's like to be a solo entrepreneur trying to build a brand by yourself. Because I consume a lot of content, and what I'm noticing is that we only ever really see the success stories, and unfortunately for 99% of you, it's not going to be up and to the right straight away. There's going to be a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, really tough, dark times that you're going to have to navigate through if you're going to see success with your business. And it just so happens that I'm someone who's been on this journey for the past 4 years, and I've picked up a thing or two that I think would be very valuable for you. So you can learn through me, through this series. I'm not going to hold anything back. We're going to go right into we're going to take you all the way to the beginning of when I started the business, and I'm going to be teaching you lessons every episode as I sort of take you through my journey up until now. And I want to document it, and I also want to just go back and take you from the beginning and show you step by step how you build an e-commerce brand on your own, bootstrapping it and funding it yourself while also working full-time. Like, I have a full-time job and this is my side project, my side hobby. Right, so enough of me talking. I've got to fly to Vancouver now. I've not been there since all the shit hit the fan, so it's going to be interesting to go back there. I'm going back to get my citizenship for Canada. At the moment, I currently live in Sydney, Australia. And yet I've been told you need to jump on a plane. You've got your citizenship ceremony next week. So that is what we're going to do. So I'll hopefully get a bit of filming done while I'm there. It's a very short trip. But yeah, I'm going to be showing you insights into my life as well. And this is one of them. So yeah, cue the plane montage as we fly to Vancouver. Right then, we have made it to Vancouver, eventually. Flight was delayed one day, and then when I got to the airport the next day, when I got to check in, luckily I'd given myself a bit of time and wasn't in a rush to check in, but I was transiting through Los Angeles and I was not aware that you need to have an ESTA even when you're just transiting and not actually going into America. So they weren't going to let me board the plane. And I had 2 hours and 15 minutes until the plane was going to leave, which is an hour and 15 minutes until boarding closes. So I had that time, 1 hour 15, to quickly jump on and apply for the ESTA, which can take up to 72 hours. So you can imagine I was shiting myself thinking that I wasn't going to make it. And thankfully the ESTA came through within 1 hour, so 15 minutes before boarding closed, and I was able to get on the plane.
So, success, but it's fucking stressful. I've got 6 more days here. Meeting my friend Sadie tonight, which will be good. Not seen her in about 4 years. It'll be great to catch up with what's going on here. I'm going to try and record when I can. And yeah, tomorrow I do the citizenship ceremony, which is the reason why I'm here, to get my Canadian citizenship. So that will be finalised tomorrow, which will be great. And then I've not got any concrete plans, got a few more people to meet, but I'm just going to kind of see how things go. But if the weather's like this, I'll be getting outdoors. I want to get up those mountains over there at some point. But yeah, look at it. She's a beauty. I remember I used to say this about Vancouver when I lived here, that it's like the really hot girl or guy that you know you shouldn't be involved with, but they're just so damn beautiful that you can't leave. They've got like this hold over you, and that's Vancouver for me. It is a beautiful city, but living here can be a different story. But I'm going to make the most of it. I've got a week here, and it's going to be good. Right, peace everyone. How goes it, one and all? So, Canadian citizenship ceremony in the bag. Got that done this morning. Took about an hour and a half, and yeah, went well. Glad to get that out of the way. So I am now officially a Canadian citizen, but Scotland will always be home. I'm a number one, but it's pretty cool. So that's that out of the way. Then I've done a quick workout there, just some biceps, triceps, core. For those of you that don't know, Wolfboro the brand, at the moment we specialise in home and outdoor workout equipment, specifically bundles and home gym packages. Basically you get 15 strength and mobility training tools delivered to your door in one box, and it gives you the flexibility to be able to work out whether you're at home or on the go. So perfect for busy individuals like yourself who perhaps don't like the gym environment, or they need an alternative every now and again. And yeah, I took a few pieces of the equipment with me on my travels, and it's just made things so much simpler. I'm not having to try and find a gym, waste money on day passes. So yeah, with that being said, the rest of the day we are going to be going to Granville Island, get a spot of some food, and then I'm going to try and rent a bike somewhere, and perhaps go around Stanley Park. But I was hoping I'd get a bike rented at the hostel, but they've not got any left, so we're going to have to see. But we're on foot now, on the march to Granville Island, and then we'll see what the rest of the day entails. So, I'm back in sunny Australia. Canada trip was a big success. I am now officially a Canadian citizen. Very quick trip. It was short but sweet, but got the job done. It's really just been this week is getting back into a routine, catching up on some work, mainly from my side job. I've got a lot on there at the moment. We've kind of acquired the DJ Awards, the company that I work for, which is like the #1 DJ awards ceremony, similar to like the Oscars for films. It's held in Ibiza, so I'm helping manage that. So that's been taking up a lot of my time, but we always make time for the purpose, and the purpose is Wolfboro. And I don't know if I've touched on it yet, so I will now, but
the brand that I have started back at the end of 2020 is Wolfborough, and we are a health and wellness brand. And the initial idea that I had and brought to market was to create a home gym that is affordable and provide people with the support they need so that beginners and people who are looking to get back into fitness can do so, especially with tight time constraints and if they don't like being in the gym environment. So we send you out a box filled with all the strength and mobility equipment you need to get a phenomenal workout from home, and then we provide free support, free workouts, and we also have paid coaching as well. So that's what's going on at the moment. The lesson that I want to give you is that if you're going to start becoming an entrepreneur, you're going to have to be working as well alongside it, unless you're very fortunate and you're able to raise capital, which we can talk about in future episodes. But you're going to have to learn how to juggle, and you're going to have to learn how to manage your time, and things are going to be busy, and you're going to have to make sacrifices. And if you're not willing to make these sacrifices and work evenings and weekends, then don't even torture your mind with the thought of, I wonder if I could do this business idea, I wonder if I couldn't. Like, everything you hear is true, okay? There's a reason why everyone sort of repeats the same thing about how difficult it really is and how much work and sacrifice it's going to take, okay? So the solution is to pick a business that you're passionate about. Now, some people will say, no, just do what makes money, you'll find your passion while you're in the business, and the passion comes from being successful in it. But honestly, I think if you don't have some investment due to it being close to your heart, then you're not going to start doing the work at 8 o'clock at night when you're tired and you've got to get up at 6 the next day. You're not going to say no to going out with your friends on the weekends and getting the social media ready for the following week. Like, if you don't truly care about it, then eventually the wheels are going to start to fall off. And this is a long-term play here. This isn't get rich in 1 year, 3 years. You're looking at 5-10 years, okay? So you're going to have to delay gratification, you're going to have to be disciplined, and you're going to have to continue to take action. This is the Wolfborough 3Ds. Do it, discipline, delay gratification. It's going to be a ton of work, going to need to make a lot of sacrifices, but if it's something that is fun and you really enjoy, then it doesn't actually feel like a sacrifice. Like this right now doesn't feel like work to me. My side job does feel like work to me, and at times it can be more challenging to get myself up to do that work, but I've conditioned my mind now to the point where I'm just able to jump in and get it done. There's no procrastination. So the next lesson that I want to bring to your attention, and I learned the hard way, like I've done with a lot of things with Wolfborough, is don't pretend to be something that you're not, okay? When I started Wolfborough, I had all these grand plans that we were going to be able to compete with the likes of TRX, and we were going to be able to be an established brand right out the gates, and unfortunately it just wasn't happening because number one is I didn't have the budget, and we're going to touch on that later, but you're most likely going to be really constrained with your marketing budget. That's why you're working a side job, that's why you're trying to bring in additional income to try and boost yourself and try and get the brand out there. But in the beginning, you're not going to be able to do that, and a lot of money I spent on getting other people to help me try and grow the brand, like influencers and stuff like that. So I'd send them out equipment, and then I would also pay them to do workouts and things like that. So the lesson is, be prepared to do everything yourself, and it's going to take time to build up your proficiency and your knowledge base, and you're going to make mistakes, but you have to be comfortable with that, especially being a solo entrepreneur. So understand that it's all going to be on your shoulders. You're going to have to spin many plates at once, but this is what it takes to kind of get it from ground zero to the next level. You've got to be prepared to be the jester before you can be a king or queen. And as long as you analyse what works, what doesn't, and then pivot accordingly, then you're going to continue to improve. And from my experience, I've seen that, and it is working. The Instagram is growing slowly but surely. Sales are steady, and yeah, it's definitely been the right move. So to quickly summarise, be prepared to work a side job and go after your purpose at the same time. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to say no to a lot of things if you want to get your business to the next level. You're then also going to need to be prepared to spin a lot of plates within the business. You're not going to be able to rely on others because you don't have the budget to do so. So you have to be learning, and you have to be learning fast.
So yeah, hopefully you got some value out of that lesson. Each episode I'm going to be touching on new things that I think will be valuable to you. And yeah, the rest of today I'm going to a Sydney Swans game, which is the AFL tonight, and then I have to write my content, which I'll film tomorrow on Sunday for the week ahead. And that's it. Sunday I like to take a little bit of time to relax, unwind, because the week ahead is going to be busy. You need that downtime, you need to find balance. It can be difficult, but when you can make time for it, it's going to make you be able to go at this for the long term, which is what this is. It's going to be a long-term play as you get into your entrepreneurial journey. I'll keep you updated on what's going on with Wolfboro, if there's any exciting developments. But at the moment, we're just sticking to the routine, continuing to grow, and learning as we go. Right, peace. Thank you, everyone.